Hello Gemini, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. So what am I doing today? So this is going to be a mid-month of September read for you today. So like I said the other week, I thought I would do something in between to just, give you a little bit of a zhuzh along here, and, as you're going through the month, because sometimes, when we have an idea or a plan or feeling that something's coming up for, around a certain time, or as we're going through a certain time, we kind of, sometimes we kind of lose a little bit of our momentum, or we kind of maybe just, get procrastinated and go off track, or just, get procrastinated. Oh, well, you know what I mean. Procrastinate. And or just get distracted and go off track, and whether that's something we're working on for ourselves personally or yourself personally, or whether it's a project or whatever it is that's and sometimes we can just get a little bit just go a little bit off track with our thoughts and our feelings, what our thoughts bring up as feelings and things like that. So, or the other way around. But generally, they're talking about, the thoughts can, would generate a feeling if we're thinking about something or looking at something or watching something, and we can get a feeling from that, and that kind of in a way goes to our mind. So either way, we start thinking about what that feeling might be about. So it's like it's finding that balance there. So something has maybe triggered you or it's come up where you're processing something along the way there, and it's and I feel, so anyway, they've kind of given me a heads up a couple of weeks ago. So and when I first mentioned it with the other videos, for the monthly one, and just seeing what's going to happen anyway. We'll see what comes up. So and I know for myself there's been a lot of things that are happening as some of the goals and things that I've been putting out for to do, and what I wanted to accomplish, and what as far as work, personal life, and all sorts going on there. So anyway, there is, and sometimes we can just sway off track a little bit there. So anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. So we're just gonna go back. So there may be something about you having to hang on a minute, I've just got to go and step back and see what it is that I've missed. Because there may be that feeling that, oh gosh, I feel like I've missed something, or I haven't done something, or I haven't seen something, because you might have been out in la la land, so for a little bit, or and not grounded. So, and then there's maybe something that somebody said has thrown you out, or somebody's done, and it's like, wow. So I feel you may have been misled, or but I want to say more, some of it may be misled with some information, and some of it might be misled. You may be overthinking it and misleading yourself on saying that. And you've maybe bought too much into something that has been happening around you, or with what somebody has said or done. And it's this is about you being in your own power, in your own space, and listening to your own intuition as well. It's not saying pushing away that other advice, but I feel like there may be this is where some of this overthinking and or underthinking has come about, and you may have been really beating yourself up about something, or you may not have been beating yourself up as much as maybe you usually do, but I feel like there's a sense of frustration in a way, and just in going there, it's damn it, I've done it again, or but on saying that, I feel like for a lot of you, you've been able to pull yourself back and then take a deep breath and start to get that energy balance within you. So I'm just going to grab my glasses, excuse me, because the writing on these cards are quite small, and I need my glasses nowadays. So anyhow, I'm going to start off by using the Oracle of the Dragon Fade deck by Lucy Cavendish. So I really love these cards. So we're going to start there. And as the first card out is Attunement. So that makes sense to me. And I'm a Gemini, so I follow that sign predominantly, and that is my personal sign. Just FYI. Many of you will know that by now. So there's something about attunement, and I feel like there's and I don't feel like it's not what are they talking about? It's not. I feel like some of you maybe think, oh my God, I fucked up, or I'm just way out of whack, or I'm out of tune, and that sort of thing. But I do feel like there is you know, it's not so much that you have fucked up. It's just like, or, you know, when you may be getting on yourself, it's just, you know, like there is something shifting within you. And that's what they're talking about. So there may be some old ways of thinking, doing that. It's kind of like got you like thinking about things that have come up from the past, and some habits, or that you're, you know, maybe working on, you know, breaking free of, you know. And I feel like there's, you know, there are certain amounts that we do understand and we acknowledge and we release, and then something comes up and we find that actually there's still some more there, and that's okay, because like it's all part of our evolution and our growing within, our knowing who we are. So they just say, I'm hearing like there may be a little bit of that's going on. So, but there's so much, or a lot of energy that, and a lot we're shifting and moving into, and as we're shifting and moving, letting things go, releasing bits and pieces here and there, other stuff comes in. So there's that's where they're talking here is that attunement, and that, so you're attuning and, you know, into something, finding that balance of something new that's coming in for you, or is already there. And it's kind of like, in a way, a little bit rattling or unsettling your energy in a way. I don't feel like it's like, they give me that feeling it's not really like, for some of you it may have been like really throwing you out of whack, but others of you I feel like it's kind of something that that you're a little bit more aware of, or a lot more aware of than what you used to be. And it's like, okay, I'm moving. Okay, we're going that way, or we're going that way, Spirit. Okay. So anyway, there's attunement there coming up through there. And then we have Andel with the emotional flow there. And we have the last one here is be a light of heart, be light of heart. So, which is kind of where they're going with that, is just be light of heart, remembering that, you know, we're not perfect, you know, and we're working towards, you know, being, you know, a better version of ourselves, or a nicer, whatever that means to you. But we're just moving, and we're shifting things, we're understanding. So being kind to yourself as well. And I feel like, you know, even though you're maybe calling yourself a twit, or, you know, here and there, or an idiot, it's like, you know, I feel like even the way that you say that has slightly changed. So it's like identifying it. Okay, yeah, I have done really something, and I've not really been with it. So, but then it's not sitting in it. It's like moving, you know, acknowledging it, but then moving forward. So if you do go that way where you're calling yourself those sorts of things, and, you know, there's no right or no wrong, but what I feel like Spirit are trying to say, at least you're acknowledging that, you know, you're out of whack, and you've like, that's, you know, that was a stupid thing to do. And it's like, or that was, you know, it's just bringing, it just gives you, it's like the check-in point that, you know, that this is about you checking in on yourself. What have you been thinking about? What have you allowed yourself to get into? And all those sorts of things to like check in with. So yeah, so with Gwyn and Eluish, I don't know how to pronounce that. So this attunement comes in here. So where are we going? So we have the 5 of Swords here. So yeah, there's something that you've been, this is, you know, obviously you, Gemini. So there's something about maybe, I'm hearing here is this is like, whatever it is laying it to rest, basically, you know. And whatever has come out, because we have the 4 here, and it's about taking, you know, the 4 of Swords is about, you know, before the 5, obviously, is, you know, about taking that, you know, that time to convalesce and to have a look and have a think, rather, or meditate, you know, go within and figure out what it is, and just, you know, that it is going on with you. The 5 of Swords here for me was talking about laying it to rest, whatever it is, and grounding that energy. So, and I'm hearing like, even like that is showing me really, it doesn't always talk like these cards talk like that to me, but it's just talking about, you know, laying something to rest. And like where I'm seeing there is like really listening to you, because it's like, you know, with the yoga nidra, or the I think, you know, whatever different yoga what do you call it, styles call it something similar or different to that, but you know, where you're lying there and you're just taking notice of your body. So this is about being still and being observant of, you know, what is going on for you, so you can, you know, be more in tune or attune with yourself and what is going on. Okay, And then we have the Nine of Pentacles under Andel. So here with the emotional flow. So there's something that is shifting. Maybe your energies, like your energy maybe, is shifting and maybe elevating or expanding. I'm being more drawn to the energy side of things here, and you like working towards something, because, the Pentacles is about, money, finance, career, but it's also about energy, health, and family. So, but I feel like working in towards, and it's also what I'm hearing, and I'm bringing it is like, not necessarily around, the money side of things, but you're working towards something, or you have been working towards something. And it could be something, this maybe not necessarily holding you back, but it could be something that's actually given you, driving you to like towards doing what it is that you want to do or need to do with your work, with yourself, or whatever. So for me, like the Nine has come up, Nine of Pentacles. So, with that nine, in that nine, it talks about something you're coming to an end, or something coming together where you're starting to understand it or figure it out with that. So there's something like successful in a way, or successful actually. So here we go with the be light of heart with the Hermit here. So you've probably been going, inward a little bit, and there maybe still a little bit more, bit more there where you're going within, as well as, just taking some time apart, putting some time aside. So for me, that I'm not necessarily like, there is like, I'm always going within. So, as I'm moving through stuff. So every day, like when I do a meditation, whether it's a 5-minute one, 10-minute one, an hour one, or whether I'm doing a walking meditation, depending on what my day is, scheduled or structured, and how I'm feeling as well. It could be I'm always going within, or often going within, and just to settle my energy, my wairua, as well, and in connecting with my heart center as to where it is that I'm going to be going, or doing, or having, or deciding, or whatever, and whatever that I'm working with, or not. I mean, not necessarily am I working on anything as per se. So anyway, so just going there. So this is talking about the Hermit. So being light of heart, and I feel like going within will help being, finding that space where it will lighten your heart, and you'll just love yourself even more, and whatever that process is, because that's what they're talking about here. The Princess of Pentacles is here. So the Princess of Pentacles is like, it's the Prince of Pentacles in other decks as well. And so this is like, the Prince, or the Page rather. So there's something about, looking outside of into something new, basically. So you may be already working on something, that is not necessarily new, but it's like I feel like some of you have had ideas or adventures or ventures like in the background, and it's just the timing, basically, and it's like, now I'm more ready to like step into that, and take that to the next step. And I do feel like for a lot of you, that's probably what this one here is, and exploring what is next. And it could be to do with money, like work, or a career, and expansion of that, or stepping into something new, and it could be around doing things with family, and or even your own health and well-being, and so in energy levels. So it's like kind of all encompassing is where they're going with that. So oh, well, okay, so we're just going to go down. They're just saying, let's go, Lesley, let's go. So there's something that's like moving, that's moving, that maybe you've been waiting for as well, which has given you that opportunity just to like go with a flow, but also not a flow as in sitting down and like doing nothing, but with a flow in the sense that there is like, when you, like there's something that is, like I say, these projects that they're coming, is something that you've been working with, and it's like, it's time to like, there's a sense of, you may be feeling like urgency, but there's a sense of like taking the next step, or gathering some momentum now in a specific direction for some of you. Some of you, it's like there's maybe a couple, but it's like getting one underway, or this specific one they're talking about underway, but everything else will start to flow once that starts moving, is where they're going. So there's some background work that's been done, is where they're talking about strength. There's in reverse here, but so there may be like, you may have like, not so much lost strength, but it may have taken a little bit of strength where you maybe like not felt like you've had it there, but they're saying yes, because you've got to where you are. So obviously you do have strength and courage, by the way, my friends. So it's just like going into, and just realizing that, turning the situation around and shift that perspective. So then we have the Fool here. So there's something about that. Literally, some of you may be taking a new leap of faith, or and not necessarily a leap of faith, or you may be thinking that. So it's like shifting that fear of whatever it is, of failure, or the fear of something going wrong, or the fear of what about something going right? Something may be going right, might go right. So switching it around. But it's, you know what, it's like facing that fear and just doing it anyway, basically. So if that's going to be, if you're going to, you could turn that around and feel the love and do it anyway. And then if that's what gets you across that line, it's like, okay, but that's literally what it is turning that fear into a love-based situation, feeling and knowing that actually, I'm going to do this because, what if this is actually the step that I need to take? And what if this is, brings more empowerment to me? It's like shifting it around, because, you're never going to know if you don't go. Don't go, or try it anyhow. So there's coming back to that zero with the Fool. It's like something, and I do feel like, I feel like a lot of you are more ready to take this next step, or a next step, and, and go into this, a new adventure of some sort, okay? Could be a relationship with some of you, so taking the next step into a relationship. So some of you may be, not, you may be, going, actually moving from engagement, or moving from, dating and going out together to something more, and you may have been, into an engagement, and some of you it may be engagement into, marriage or something like that, and some of you it may be moving in together, whatever that is. But it could be for some of you, like a new business adventure, and it may be that you're allowing people to come in and go, come in to help you as well, as where they're going. So that is, in a way, it's like thinking outside of the square, that you're taking a leap of faith where you're allowing people to actually help you come in and help you in certain ways. It's not to do it, but to help you. And it may be that you've pushed people away with certain ideas, and it's like and it's like you don't have to actually do it. But this is about where they're going. It's like you making the decision, and you following your intuition. Even though people have ideas, you don't have to take them on, or ways of doing things. It's like at the end of the day, it's there as a suggestion, and some people might be a little bit pushy, so you may not see it like that, but on saying that, but it's there as a suggestion, and you could take it like that. It's like, it may be not ready to go right now, and that. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna, that's really nice confirmation. I'm not ready for that right now, but it's there, and I've actually thought about that, but it's like, it's not there yet. And just being honest, it's like, okay, no, I don't really like that idea, but it could not right now. It could be like that, could be something that is there, for later. And there's whatever that is, for you. So they're just saying, thinking outside of the square and letting people in. But it could be like a new exercise regime that you're like looking at, going into something new like that. Or an eating plan, or whatever that is. It's like you may be like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do that, or I don't know if I like that, but actually it may be something that's like worth looking into. So and it may be like a new job that you're going in, I'm hearing for some people, but it may be also you like just taking an idea and taking that next step into like venturing and looking into it to explore it, something like that even. And it may be, like whatever, it's like, decluttering something, and it's like in letting go and releasing some things, that so you can take that to a next step, because it's maybe emotional attachment to usually why we are feeling like when we can't let go of something. We're decluttering either our emotional self, our physical self, or something around in the house, or just to like shift or change the energy. Okay, so they're just going here, like these are very quick, so hopefully that helps to you to like to zhuzh your energy up and move you forward, and just keep it knowing that you're on the right track, with whatever it is, and bringing yourself onto track. So I guess I feel like Spirit are just like this card here is wisdom. I love owls. I love all sorts. I love all animals basically, but so this is wisdom, and they're talking about wisdom here with this owl. So it's like we all have that inner wisdom, so it's like tapping into that, which is what they were asking you to also tune into you, tune into your, and centering and balancing yourself and your energy. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there now for you, Gemini. So I hope this does help you. So, like, if you would like to. If you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a thumbs up and or a comment if this resonates with you too. Anyway, I'll see you in next week actually, when I'm doing the videos for October. Okay, bye for now. God bless.